Hello everyone. So I thought I'd make a video about listening to your inner being. Because so many times our inner being is speaking to us, but it's not always what we want to hear. And even our intuition is speaking to us, and it's not always what we want to hear. We think if we get all these good feelings and it goes along with our plan, the way we think things should be, it's our inner being speaking. But a lot of times our inner being will be saying, hey, you know what, go this way or do this and it's beyond what we can even comprehend. It's beyond our logic and reason, so we don't follow it. And I know like a lot of times people will contact me and ask me, say, hey, Deb, this situation, what do you think, da-da-da-da. And then when I tell them, usually because it's an old wound that's coming up to the surface, they don't want to deal with it and they push it aside. But our subconscious is always finding ways to get our attention. Our subconscious is our inner being or whatever. They are connecting. They're talking. And the reason why things come up for us is because it's an opportunity to clear that energy. And unless we clear that energy, we're going to keep seeing life through that way. And it's not, a lot of people say, oh, it's the thoughts that I think that's the way I see, but it's not. We filter our seeing through our subconscious programming. And when we're not aware of that, when we're triggered and we say, oh, it's about them, it's not about me, and these people are just doing what they do, but it's affecting me, but I don't know what's affecting me, but I'm just going to let it go because that's them and it's not me. We're not understanding how our guidance system is showing us, how our guidance system is helping us be free. Because as long as we have inner debris, we're blocked in certain areas. And a lot of times people think, so they want to manifest money, but sometimes we have some unforgiveness. Sometimes we have some unhealed stuff that has nothing to do with money, but those are energy blockages. So a lot of people, when they want to go and manifest money, they think I'm going to work on my beliefs around money. I'm going to, see what I learned about that, how I spend it, how I feel about it, and that's good. That's a part of it. But we also have to understand there's other parts to our whole bodies. Our bodies work as a whole. So if we have energy blockages in our bodies, we're going to be resisting certain parts of our lives that doesn't even make sense to the reason that thing that we're resisting. And that's where a lot of people don't understand, and that's why it's so important to let go of the conscious thinking mind, because the conscious thinking mind is conditioned. The conscious thinking mind is our protector. The conscious thinking mind thinks thoughts. We control our thoughts, right? So we think, okay, if I think this thought, then it's going to happen. But is that always true? Does it happen? No, not always, because a thought isn't always connected to our emotions. A thought is like a word without emotion is meaningless. So that's why a lot of people, when they say affirmations, they say it over and over again, but it's not sinking in, and it's because it's not grounded, it's not emanating, it's not embodied in them. When you're embodying an affirmation, say like I am loved, or I am worthy, or I am enough. When you're embodying it, you don't have to say it. You feel it, you emanate it, you live that way, you see life through that way. And that's the key. You could say affirmations, but if the affirmations aren't resonating internally, if the affirmations aren't like deep in your heart and your soul, it's not there yet. And I'm not saying give up, because it's great to do that, but the subconscious needs evidence. The subconscious filters that's how we filter our lives. So when we have evidence deep inside, that's when we're really believing it. That's when we're walking in the world feeling, thinking, acting, and things are happening around us in that way. A lot of people say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. But most people don't know what that's like, and what they're doing is they're trying to compensate for the lack they're experiencing in their life, or the feelings that they have, or whatever. I'll be more liked by people if I'm a millionaire. So where their energy is in that. It's not in the millionaire. And plus, if you've never been a millionaire, you don't even know what that's like. So how can you visualize and imagine being a millionaire? Sure, you can feel abundant, you could feel all that, but the subconscious mind is more powerful than our conscious thinking mind. So what we want to do is to work with the subconscious, not against it. So, for instance, if you want to be a millionaire, I like the idea of being a millionaire. Now, your subconscious can't really resist that, because you're not lying to it. You say, I am a millionaire, subconscious is like, no, you're not. And guess what's going on? No, you're not. That energy, say our energy vibrates like this. So it vibrates from our center of our being. It vibrates out there like this. Whatever we're believing, that's what's happening. So we want to calm that energy. We want to have that energy just kind of going out there because it's natural. It's the natural way. When we're not in that natural way, like people, get anxiety, depression, or whatever. Anxiety is like, depression is like, it's tight energy. When we're centered in our being, it's just kind of flowing. It's free. It's going with the flow. That's what going with the flow is. It's not necessarily our conscious thinking mind, but going with the flow is our whole body's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And a lot of times, for instance, if you have an addiction, if you have an eating disorder, if you have anxiety, depression, or whatever, these what are patterns that we have running in our system. These patterns aren't the whole of us. They're just a part of us. They're just something that we've given more attention to, and that's how we've built our sense of self. So what we need to do is understand that's a part of us, that's not the whole of us. Say, for instance, you know that there's a part of you that's not depressed, right? But that part of you has been hidden because you've been depressed for so long. So what we want to do is we want to start speaking to that part. We also want to speak to the depressed part and find out why it's depressed, so we can have a better understanding of what that part needs in order to expand, in order to not be depressed, in order to feel happy, or whatever. Of course, you're not going to be happy all the time, but that you want to live a happy, joyful life, right? So these things out here aren't going to give you that, because same with a millionaire. Once you get the millionaire, then you want to be a 2 millionaire, then a 3 millionaire, then a 4 millionaire. And there's nothing wrong with expansion, but if it's coming from that place of not feeling good enough, if it's coming from that place of I need to do this in order to be liked, you're going to hold on tight, and your whole self-esteem is going to be around that. You don't want to build your self-esteem around anything in this world. You want to build your self-esteem around who you be and let that emanate out from you. And you'll enjoy your life so much more whether you have the millions or not, whether you have the relationship or not, whether you have the big house or not, because you're so happy and fulfilled inside that these things probably will happen, if it's part of your soul's journey. The thing is, we need to understand that too. It's like we see through the eyes of judgment. We compare. It's like, it's not where my conscious thinking mind thinks I should be. So the dog is barking and distracting my video, but I'm going to keep going because the dog is having fun and enjoying his bark. So I'm just going to let him bark. But the same token, what's important is to build your confidence and self-esteem on the truth of you. You are beautiful. You are lovable. You are valuable. You are worthy. But me telling you this may or may not sink in, because you may have some other people's narratives going on in your mind telling you all these different things, and it's really not you. But these narratives, these are things that people spoke to us, and we bought into some misunderstandings, and we bought those as beliefs. They're not ours. Give it back. Give it back to whoever gave those to you. Let them have it. You don't need to own it anymore. You can disown those thoughts, not that part of you that's thinking of those thoughts. There's a difference there. You want to love that part of you who's thinking those thoughts. You want to love all parts of you. It's not that you're getting rid of that part of you who's thinking the thought, and that's where the differentiation comes in. And most people don't understand that, because that's how we get separated. That's how we get fragmented. That's how, there's a part of us that wants something as part of it, and then part of us puts the brakes on, the part of us sees that way, and and it's like, we're like, I'm burned out, because it's so much energy. And it's not like even our conscious thinking mind, our bodies are running all the time. Even though our minds might be still, our bodies are like, am I safe? Am I not safe? Is this going to work? Is that going to work? Until we get grounded within ourselves. So when we're grounded within ourselves, it's like, whoa, this is cool. I know everything's okay. I'm just enjoying, I'm creating, I'm doing what I love to do, and whatever happens out here is fine. I'm okay, because I'm happy inside. And that's where we want to get to the point. We want to get to the point where we're happy inside, that we're just enjoying our earthly ride. And I guarantee that those things that you're wanting, if it's a real, true, heartfelt desire, when you're happy inside, because you're being that person of happy and joy and love, that stuff's going to happen. It can't not happen, because that's part of your soul's journey. But also part of your soul's journey is to get into alignment with that, get into alignment with the truth of you, and allow yourself to move and groove to your authenticity, and move and groove to the love that you be, and love yourself unconditionally, and share that love with everybody and everything in this earthly humanity. So anyways, that's kind of my soul's purpose. So I'm kind of projecting it onto you. So I hope this video inspired you in 5, 10, 15, 20 ways or another. Feel free to reach out for support. I'd love to support you on your journey in aligning your energy with your conscious thinking mind, your subconscious mind, with your whole being, so you can actually be more happy as you move along this life journey. All right. I know you can do this if you choose. I believe in you, and I love you.